And here you can see the user is now inserted, and let us try to add one more user here, and this will be our second user, and I'll be quickly trying to provide the second user like abhi2 here and try to add one more user. So now that we got two users, and now try to insert the order now and try to fetch the order and try to see the output once when we click on the fetch orders. And here you can see abhi1, like the first user brought the laptop and keyboard, and now the second user brought the mouse. Imagine fetching data from multiple tables. So here we have the user info. We require this particular user info, but the user information is stored in the two different tables, and you are trying to fetch the information. In this vlog on Flutter, we are trying to see the joins and relationships in the Drift database. We do have two tables like user table and the orders table, and we are trying to store the user details in the user table and the orders made by the users in the order table. And how do we join these two things? Here we'll be simply making use of the user ID while storing the orders in the order table, and later we'll try to join with a help of this particular user ID. So for a particular user ID 1, we will try to search in the order table like how many orders are there which are related, and we'll be trying to discuss in detail and try to see the implementation part in the Flutter application. So stay till the end of this video, and I'll surely try to explain you how to implement the important concept joins in your Flutter application. And before going any further, here is the series of this particular Flutter Drift database. I'll be providing the link in the description section below, and if you are watching this tutorial for the first time, I suggest you to go through it. So in continuation to our previous tutorial, the code for this tutorial I'll be providing in the description section below. Let us try to add quickly the new table, that is the orders table now. So here we have now added the orders table, and also you can find here the references to the user ID. As we have discussed earlier, we are trying to store the user ID in the orders table such that we can fetch the information based on the user ID from the orders table. And the next thing what we need to do is here in the app database tables, you need to also include this particular orders table now, and try importing the orders dot here such that this table is also now a part of the database. And one more important thing you need to do before going any further is try to regenerate the file here. So this app underscore database dot g dot here is there, right? This particular file you need to regenerate because we are going to add one more table. Whenever you are going to add a new table or trying to make the changes in existing table, you need to run this particular command such that the app underscore database dot g dot is again regenerated with the updated information. I have provided this already in the blog. Even you can also, instead of build, you can also specify watch if you want to continuously monitor the changes and try updating the file. So this one is for the class users. Here we do even have the orders companion generated for us now. So let's proceed further and try inserting the data. And also one more thing I want to just clearly specify here is I'll be trying to insert the orders on the button click. So now I'm going to add one more button using which I'll be inserting the orders. And now quickly I'll start inserting the information. So I'll be making this asynchronous so that I can insert the values into the newly created table. So here you can see I am trying to insert one order, and for the user ID 1 I'm trying to insert this particular order. The product is laptop and quantity is 1. Similarly, I will try inserting multiple orders. So here for user ID 1 I am adding a laptop and the accessories like keyboard, and for the user ID 2 I am going to add the accessory mouse here. And the next button I'm going to add is for fetch the orders. And also we don't require set state here and as well as here. So previously I was using the set state in the buttons that came like we copied the button. And also let us now try fetching the orders now, and quickly I'll be writing a query for fetching as well. So here now our orders table is being utilized and dot order by. So the first thing here what we are trying to do is we are trying to select the database and inside which the orders table and order by. Now we are trying to provide the orders in the ascending order here and trying to fetch all the orders available in the orders table. The next step we are trying to provide the join query, and there we'll try to compare our orders table with the users table. And every time we are using D here, why? Because we have imported drift dot as D here, because we are getting some issue when we are trying to use the column, because the column is also present in the drift import. And again, it's not a mandatory thing to use like D, you can also provide any other word. And now we are trying to perform the left outer join. So now we are trying to make the left outer join, that is we are trying to have users table on the left side, and on the right side we are trying to have the orders table, and try comparing the data with the help of the user ID. So here you can see the ID from the users table is being pointed to the order table ID. For example, if the user ID 1 is having the purchase like laptop and keyboard, right, then it is being mapped to that particular user information and provided to us. And again I'm trying to make this asynchronous, so we need to fetch the results as well. So now trying to fetch the final results using the joined query which we have written above, and trying to read the table, orders table and the users table, and trying to find out the orders and the user information and trying to map them, and will now print here. And now let us try to run the code and see the output once, and also make sure you remove the existing application and try installing it again on the device. And if you don't want to remove the existing application, then you need to even update the schema version over here. This is a very important task. You need to update the schema version to 2 here and try running it if you are working on the real-time application. And now that we have got the application up and running, let's try to add the user. So if you see, we have provided the code in the floating action button to insert the user here, and this way we are trying to insert the user, and here you can see the user is now inserted. And let us try to add one more user here, and this will be our second user, and I'll be quickly trying to provide the second user like abhi2 here, and try to add one more user. So now that we got 2 users, and now try to insert the order now and try to fetch the order, and try to see the output once when we click on the fetch orders. And here you can see abhi1, like the first user brought the laptop and keyboard. If you see the code right, you will get a very good clarity here. So here the first user we are trying to add a laptop and keyboard. Yes, the first user like abhi brought the laptop and keyboard, and now the second user brought the mouse. In this way we tried joining the 2 tables and fetch the information from the drift database. I hope this is clear for you. And also the thing is, we have added everything in the single button. Let's try refining it. I'll be providing the code in the description section below, And I hope you found this tutorial interesting. If you like, do like, share and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content on Flutter.